Hello and welcome back to Homebrew EDH, where I take you through my personal commander decks, how they work, and how they win. This episode is Jorn, God of Winter. This is a 3-color Snow stax deck that aims to take advantage of Jorn's ability while untapping all of our snow permanents, outvaluing our opponents, and eventually winning the game. With that, let's get into the episode. Jorn, God of Winter, is 2 and a green for a 3/3 legendary snow creature god that reads whenever Jorn attacks, untap each snow permanent you control. He does, however, have a flip side. The flip side is Caldring the Rime Staff, which is 1 blue-black for a legendary snow artifact that has an ability to tap. You may play target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield tapped. This enables us to play in the Sultai colors, green, black, and blue, for this deck. Obviously, I took it in a snow tribal direction with some soft stacks to take advantage and outvalue the opponents to win this one. I'm going to keep this episode fairly straightforward and fairly simple. It might be a bit shorter than most of my other ones. Our control pieces consist of Cursed Totem, Void Mirror, and Weathered Runestone. Now, Weathered Runestone is kind of a no-go for our deck, at least if we decide to use the flip side of Jorn, because it says that we can't put stuff from our graveyard to the battlefield. It's a soft stacks piece. We can definitely get rid of it if need be. Other soft stacks pieces are Cursed Totem and Void Mirror. Cursed Totem does not let us activate abilities, so we probably don't play it too much unless it's like a late game type deal, or if we just don't have Jorn out, otherwise the attack trigger doesn't happen. And Void Mirror is another artifact. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no colored mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. So it counters non-colored artifacts, it counters Force of Wills, it counters colorless decks, if anybody plays those. That kind of thing. This next bit will be just the best payoffs in the deck for running all the snow lands and snow permanents and such. Cards like Graven Lore, Conifer Worm, and Draugr and Necromancer are just a few. I'll have some others up in a moment. Graven Lore is 3 blue for a snow instant that reads Scry X, where X is the amount of snow mana spent to cast a spell, then draw 3 cards. Conifer Worm is 4 and a green for 4/4 Snow Worm with Trample that has an ability where we can pay 3 and a green to pump itself +X/+X till end of turn, where X is the number of snow permanents we control. That includes our lands. And Draugr Necromancer is 3 and a black for a Snow Zombie Cleric. It was a 4/4 that reads, if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it with an ice counter on it instead, and we can play those creatures as long as they have ice counters on them, and we can spend mana as if it were any color to do so. And the last bit for this episode are the big ones, the main things we're going to look for. Cards like Blood on the Snow, Icebreaker Kraken, and Avalanche Collar. Blood on the Snow is our special board wipe recursion dual spell in Snow. Blood on the Snow is 4 black for a Snow sorcery that says choose 1, destroy all creatures, or destroy all planeswalker. Then return a creature or planeswalker card with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of snow mana spent to cast this spell. So any amount of snow mana produced by our snow lands, which the deck is full of. Icebreaker Kraken is 10 blue for an 8/8 Snow Kraken. It costs 1 less to cast for each snow land we control, so up to a 2 mana 8/8, which generally is pretty good. It reads, when it enters the battlefield, artifacts and creatures target opponent controls don't untap during that player's next untap step, and we can protect it by returning 3 snow lands to its owner's hand, return Icebreaker Kraken to its owner's hand. So we can bounce 3 lands to our hand, bounce the Kraken to protect it, and also get land drops. Avalanche Collar is 1 and a blue for a 1/3 Snow Human Wizard with an ability that is pay 2, target snow land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with hexproof and haste until end of turn. That is still a land. So even our lands are potentially dangerous in this deck. Alright, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Homebrew EDH. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more like this. As always, the deck list will be in the description with all the cards I did not include in this video. Constructive feedback and deck suggestions always welcome in the comments. And until I see you guys in the next one, take it easy and enjoy your day.